Greetings, Eric Bakker, naturopath from New Zealand, author of Candida Crusher. I really appreciate you checking out this video. This is another video in the Gallstone series. I've decided to repeat a video on gallbladder flush because it's so important. I'm quite sure I've completed one previously, but it's good to have an additional one in this series of gallstones, so you can keep on watching this series right through. This is going to be quite an interesting video that you may want to watch once or twice because it'll be packed with information, okay? So, before we go further, drinking water. Are you drinking water? It's important for your digestion. So, many people have contacted me over the years asking me how they can clean up their liver and gallbladder. The procedure we're going to talk about is one that's quite popular. You'll find many versions of this on Dr. Google. Okay, many people have done this flush. And when attempted and done successfully, you will excrete gallstones, okay? You will excrete them. It's incredible how many people have got gallstones in their body. I just had a look at a very interesting major medical website in America where they said, don't attempt this at home. It's dangerous without supervision. It's unproven. It won't work. These therapies fail. There are no treatments that help to expel gallstones from the body. No treatments that will expel gallstones, doctors. Well, what's this? It's not Scotch mist. It's not popcorn gone wrong. It's gallstones. They do work. You'd be surprised how many GPs have asked me if they can do a gallbladder flush. I gave a presentation a few years ago in Australia on this topic, and I had lots of doctors asking me, is it possible to expel gallstones from the body? I thought you'd end up in the emergency room if you did this. I mean, for goodness sakes, what kind of stuff do they learn at medical school, apart from giving medications and surgery? So remember, doctors see problems as requiring drugs, whereas surgeons see solutions requiring a knife. Okay? Well, I don't see problems requiring drugs or knives. I see a problem with the gallbladder requiring a solution called intelligence. Okay? Because you can pass these things out of the body. Now, the procedure we're going to talk about, I've put easily 1,000 patients through this procedure in the 30-odd years I've seen patients, easily 1,000 patients. You do not need to fear this procedure. You're not going to pass out a 10-pound gallstone. It's not going to be like giving birth where something gets stuck and you need a C-section. It doesn't work like that, okay? Nobody has a 10-pound gallstone. If you do, you'd be an alien from another planet. So trust me, it's not going to happen, okay? The biggest gallstones I've ever seen are probably the size of the tip of the thumb, and they're easily passed out of the bowel, easily. That's like saying, oh my goodness, I can't, I'm afraid to have a bowel motion in case I pass out a 10-pound bowel motion. Well, no one passes out 10-pound bowel motions. No one does that. And it's the same with gallstones, okay? Common things happen to people commonly. All of us pass out gallstones at time to time unknowingly through our motions, but we're going to talk about is how to expel them and remove them and keep them out of the body so you don't keep forming these stones. People who live in underdeveloped countries, who eat natural diets, who don't go to KFC for dinner, who don't go down and drink Coca-Cola, who don't go and drink wine and beer all the time and have bars of chocolate, they don't tend to get gallstones because they tend to eat according to the laws of nature. They eat natural food. Foods that grow in the wild, foods that they prepare themselves. So when you start living like that, if that's your mantra, eat healthy, eat fresh, eat clean, you're much less likely to get a gallstone than if you go and have burgers all the time and fries and Coke and crap like that. When you eat like that, you not only empty your bank account out prematurely, but you fill up your liver and gallbladder with sludge and stones and junk like that. So you don't want to go there. I know I'm waffling on, but let's talk now about how to get rid of this stuff out of the body, okay? So don't attempt the following unless you're pooping every day. So if you've got a bowel motion every day, that's one thing in your favor. I prefer people to have 2 motions a day. Healthy people, in my opinion, have at least 2 bowel motions a day, okay? So, okay, you're pooping every day. Your diet is already clean. You're not eating all the crappy kind of junky foods that you know you shouldn't eat. You're eating a pretty fresh, healthy diet. Bowels are working freely, and you want to attempt this. Don't attempt it if you're very elderly or frail, or if you're recovering from a serious illness. Don't attempt it if you're pregnant or feeding. Don't attempt it if you're a child under about 7 years of age. So if you fit all these criteria, and you haven't clicked the video off yet, let's keep on going. The flush is best attempted, in my opinion, with two major things: 100% lemon juice and 100% good quality olive oil. Now, the quantities really are arbitrary. Some people have done a very good flush using 100 mils of each. Other people tend to use 200 or 300 mils of each. It depends on how big your body is. A 400-pound woman is obviously going to use a lot more than a 50-pound woman, okay? So if you're a big person, you may want to use, when I say big, if you're a person who weighs 200-pound plus, you may want to use 300 mils or 350 mils, so even more than a whole glass. So I assume this glass is 250 mils. Well, not in it, I've drunk a bit of it. But that glass, about that much you want of lemon juice. Okay? Now, pure citrus juices can aggravate some people with very congested livers. They can cause headaches or severe nausea. So in that case, you may want to dilute it with about 50% water. But you generally don't need to do that. Now, use a good quality lemon, fresh lemon. Don't buy the juice, buy the lemons. If you grow your own or know someone with a tree, it's even better still. So good quality lemon. You juice about 300 mils if you're a big person, maybe 250 mils if you're average like me. Juice it, get the pips out, put that aside in a container, in a jar. You need equal quantity olive oil. You don't need to use extra virgin, but just a good quality olive oil. Make sure it's not some cheap stuff that you got from Walmart that's near expiry. Make sure it's a good quality olive oil. Doesn't have to be flavored or have stuff in it. Mix these things together, okay? And what you want to do is schedule a time when you know you haven't got something coming up. No point doing this flush if you've got a wedding 2 days after, or if you're flying to Hawaii on a vacation, or if you're getting married, you know, or something like that, or you know, your son just got killed in a car accident. Not a good time to do the flush. So if you know what I mean, pick the right time to do the flush. Friday is a good time to do it, which gives you 2 days to recover, okay? You're not going to get that sick, trust me. This flush has been done by many people I know, and most people sail through this, not a problem at all. At most, you might get a bit of diarrhea. Only a small percentage of people get like a strong nausea or vomiting from it. Most people never do. They might get a little bit queasy, but if they lie down, they're going to be fine with it. So mix the lemon juice and olive oil together, okay? Good way to get this into the body is with a straw, I find. Put it in a large container and sip it. Small amounts. Some people gulp it all down. I don't think that's a good idea. I think over about a 1 hour period, consume all of that, and then retire around 8 o'clock, 7, 8 o'clock, go to bed. Lie on your right side with your hip elevated with a pillow. This will allow the mixture to come in contact with that sphincter we talked about and help to loosen up the area. You may find a little bit of like bop, 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 funny sensations here in the digestive region as the gallbladder is contracting a little bit. Okay, that's basically stuff coming out, which is a good sign. And usually what happens is people will wake up early in the morning and expel these stones out. But before you lie down, a tip for you, a golden tip I find for comfort, is to get some castor oil, warm it up in a pan, usually about a glass of that, about 200 mils. Get an old cloth, put it in the warm oil and wring it out, and apply that over the liver region on the right side. Get a bit of saran wrap or that clear wrap and wrap that around 2 or 3 times, a bit like you're wrapping up a turkey, you know, to put in the refrigerator after Christmas. And then get an old towel, apply that around the region, and then got a hot water bottle, nice and hot water, warm water, and apply that over the liver region. Then go and lie down on your right side. All right? I should have said that before. But remember, that's what you're going to do. That's going to give you digestive comfort. If you've got any pain or you feel a bit queasy, pushing your belly button in and holding it in for a minute or two often helps. Sometimes a little bit of light rubbing between the ribs, if you find any tender spots, can help sort of settle things down a little bit. So they're all good tips to use. So you're lying down, you wake up in the morning, you pass out the motion. Now many people, like in this lady's case, actually collect the motions, put them through a colander, strain it, and take photos like that. So not exactly the kind of photo you want to put on Snapchat or on Facebook, is it? To show all your girlfriends, you know, what you've passed out. But this is, you know, personal, confidential information we're giving here. But at least then you've cleaned out. Now, when you've passed out stuff, a good thing to do is to wait a couple of weeks and attempt it again. Wait a couple of weeks and attempt it again. So you can do this flush 10, 15, 20 times until you stop passing out junk. All right? Once you've cleaned out or minimal passes out, How do you stop these things from coming back? Well, use your head. Don't go back to the bar of chocolate a week again, or the packet of chippies 2 or 3 times a week, or the lots of cookies, or lots of donuts, or lots of cream, or lots of cream cheeses, lots of ice cream, lots of high-fat dairy food, lots of coconut cream in your diet. All of these things are fats. Even coconut creams are fat. Chicken skin, okay, fat in animal products. All of these things can contribute. Sugar very much contributes to gallstones. White bread, ice cream, soda drinks, all of these foods. So starting to eat a clean, healthy diet, focusing on the core foods I've spoken about so many times in my videos, the fresh, healthy foods, nuts and seeds and berries and healthy fruits, clean vegetables, all these things are good to eat. That's how you're going to stop the recurrence of gallstones. And then maybe a year after you've done the flush is repeat the flush to see if there's still junk coming out. If you've done another big dump, then you know you need to keep doing a couple more until you get to the point like me where you pass out no more gallstones. And that's going to go a long way in your favour. I firmly believe that people with healthy gallbladders have got a much better ability also to metabolise the fat-soluble fats, the fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E and K. They break fats down better. They tend to have better hormone profiles. They have a stronger metabolic rate. They can metabolize hormones a lot more effectively. So the liver performs a myriad of different actions in the body, and it's imperative for very good health that you've got a very clean, healthy, functioning liver and gallbladder. Don't let them take it out. In most cases, the gallbladder does not need surgery and removing from the body, in most cases. That's not my opinion. That's the opinion of a professor of medicine that I heard speaking in Australia years ago, who's personally helped over 10,000 people through this flush. So don't let them bamboozle you and tell you that you have to get it out, because usually it's crap, okay? Only in rare circumstances. So I hope you've gained some good insight into getting rid of gallstones and preventing them coming back, because it's highly achievable by you, okay? Thank you so much for checking out my video. Don't forget to click on the link below if you haven't got my report, and please subscribe. Thanks for tuning in.